Hey there, guys, how are y'all doing today? Appreciate everybody's tuned in so far. Just going live now, guys. Sorry that we're a bit behind schedule. You know, we're going live here about 10 laps into stage 2 here for the Nashville race in the Xfinity Series. Today it's the Tennessee Lottery 250, guys. So sorry we're a bit behind. Reason being, remodeling my house right now. So a little busy with that, so at least we're live for the majority of this race, the final 130 laps. But yeah, I appreciate everybody's tuning in. And right for now, I've not seen anything that's happened so far in this race. I have no idea what's going on. All I know is that Justin Allgaier is out front right now, and I think he won stage 1. Second place, Ty Gibbs. Third place, Sam Mayer. Fourth place, Riley Herbst. Herbst having a pretty solid run right now in the top 5. And it looks like AJ Allmendinger under the last set of pit stops was too fast on pit road, so he's having to work his way back up the field. How you doing, Eric? Michelle, how are you doing as well? Yeah, Michelle, you're cheering for Herbst. Honestly, I would not mind Herbst having a good run tonight. He is honestly in need of a good run. He was on that streak of top 10s. I think he had 7 straight top 10s. But then he had a couple races in a row that didn't go as planned, and he's been kind of on a cold streak recently. So he definitely needs a good rebound week here at Nashville. So our guys are trying to make some updates here. We're using a new streaming program today. So trying to make sure it's all working. Right now it doesn't seem like it all is, but so be it. Appreciate everybody tuning in though right now, guys. Stage 2 is only 45 laps. Stage 1 and Stage 2 today, each 45 laps. And the final stage is quite the distance. It's 98 laps, so we're definitely going to have to see at least one set of pit stops in that final stage. That's kind of what I'm really interested in seeing. So, yeah, guys, honestly, I have no idea who has the best shot at winning today. Right now, Justin Allgaier and Ty Gibbs seem like the dominant 2 cars. They've been they've been the class of the field all season. So, but then you also have some guys like Ryan Preece in the race today. Ryan Preece won the truck race last night for David Gilliland Racing. Appreciate if you were tuning in live for that one. But, so yeah, no, Ryan Preece in this race, and just at the moment running just outside the top 10 in 11th place. So he's definitely still within striking distance. He was mixing it up near the front late in that Xfinity race at Charlotte, so you know he can get it done. He's gotten a couple wins in the Xfinity Series back in his days when he was a development driver with Joe Gibbs. How you doing, Michelle Gabray? Yeah, I saw them, Eric. Good luck. I mean, yeah. I don't know. We'll have to see how that works out with your email at Tenise Motorsports. Yeah, and Ryan Preece has just worked his way up into the top 10. Man, right now we are seeing the group kind of widen out. Some drivers trying to run a higher line in 3 and 4 to get a better run off corner exit, but it's not quite working just yet. But that'll be interesting to see tomorrow if it's not just running the inside line and if the faster line might end up being up closer towards the fence. Also, Allmendinger making a move past Brett Moffitt, Ryan Sieg, and others. He's trying to tear back up into the top 10. Right now that's a pass for about 12th place on the racetrack. But Austin Hill having another impressive run running in the top 5 right now. Honestly, when Austin Hill moved into that 21 car for this season, I was pretty surprised. I'm like, he's done a couple decent things in that 16 truck in the Xfinity Series. But, I mean, honestly, he has really impressed this year. I mean, so far he only has that 1 win at Daytona. But, like, he has had great runs. Like, he had a great run at Portland recently. And he's running pretty solid right now. Yeah, appreciate everybody's tuning in, though, so far. Appreciate if you drop a like as well, ladies and gents. We'll be live tomorrow night. Or, well, not tomorrow night. We'll be live tonight for the SRX race at South Boston Speedway, the second race of the season. Also, yeah, guys, I think I'm still having a couple minor issues with the stream. I'm not sure why certain things aren't showing up, but I guess you do what you can. Yeah, right now under commercial break here early in stage 2, still under green flag racing. AJ Allmendinger working his way up through the field after having that penalty at the end of stage 1 on pit road. Too fast on pit road, but definitely that car is looking pretty strong. You think Ryan Preece is going to finish top 5? Honestly, I think he's got a decent shot at pulling that off. He might need he might need a bit of luck going his way, considering that it looks like Riley Herbst and the RCR guys are running pretty strong this weekend, so he's going to have to compete with them for that top 5, but definitely possible. Okay, guys, and it looks like, okay, right now we're literally like reconstructing parts of the stream right now. I don't know why it all deleted from when I had it up here last night, but yeah, we're using a new, or that's a bit too big. We're using like a new streaming software, so it's got a couple perks to it. Allows me to make the stream a bit more, professional, I guess, if that may be the word. I appreciate everybody tuning in so far. Still under green flag here at Nashville. Justin Allgaier out front. Then Gibbs, Mayer, Herbst, and Hill, your top 5. Then Barry, Gregson, Bayne, Jones, and Preece, your top 10. AJ Allmendinger's worked his way all the way up to 11th place after that penalty. He is on quite the rebound here early in stage 2. He's on a hard charge. Also, Tyler Reddick, who's making one of his one-off Xfinity Series starts in the 48 car, struggling a bit here early on, running down in 15th place. So, they probably wish they were doing a bit better than that. Actually, he's just gotten passed by Jeb Burton. So, yeah, he's kind of struggling in the 48 car so far today. Eric, you got Circle B Diecast to sponsor you in ARCA? Well, that's yeah, at least you got that going for you. Appreciate everybody's tuning in, though, so far. Now, whoa, we got quite the car chain right here. Bayne, Hill, Barry, Gregson, and Jones all trying to get around Austin Hill, as Bayne has gotten by both Barry and Austin Hill, and he's gotten up to 5th place. Austin Hill getting shuffled back here, back to 7th place, and Gregson and Jones also trying to get by him. Jones trying to get by both Gregson and Hill on the front straightaway. They're 3 wide. The 21, the 9, and the 19, 3 wide down the front straightaway. Who's going to back out? Brandon Jones is going to back out on the inside, but Gregson will pass Austin Hill, shoving him a bit up the track. That's going to allow the opportunity for Brandon Jones on the inside, off of turn 2, down the back straightaway. The 19 going to try and side draft the 21. No, he's going to have to tuck back in line. But Austin Hill getting shuffled out here as this run goes on. It doesn't seem like his car has quite the same long-run pace as the Gibbs cars and the JRM cars. Don't mind my dog barking in the background. Oh, boy. Appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen, on the road to 1,700 subscribers. But it's Allgaier out front by a 2.5 over Ty Gibbs. Then another 2 seconds back to Sam Mayer. And Riley Herbst closing in on Sam Mayer. That battle for 3rd place might be heating up here in a second. But behind him, Trevor Bayne is closing in a hurry. Trevor Bayne has gotten it done here in the Xfinity Series before, but that was a long time ago. But he might still be having some shades of his past speed in that car right now, because that 18 car is rolling. Yeah, Trevor Bayne up to 5th place right now. He might be trying to chase down those guys battling for 3rd place here soon. Now, I think everybody would like to see Trevor Bayne get a win here in that 18 truck or 18 car. I'm really not an underdog win since it's Joe Gibbs Racing Equipment, but, you know, I mean, most people like Trevor Bayne. I mean, he's a friendly guy. A bit too much of a nice guy maybe sometimes, but he's had his good moments, although he's probably had more downs than ups in his career. Although the gap between the top two has stayed about the same the last couple of laps, it doesn't seem like Gibbs is losing much more time to Allgaier. Now, I'm not sure if that's because Allgaier might be having to start work. He might having to start work lap traffic, or if that 54 car is starting to get the advantage over the 7, because we might have the battle for the lead heating up here soon, ladies and gents, as they start to catch the tail end of the lead lap cars. Yeah, right now they'll be catching Ryan Vargas, the last car in the lead lap, as well as Parker Retzlaff here pretty soon, guys, as they're already about 27 seconds off the pace, so maybe about 4 or 5 more laps, and they'll start working some lap traffic here. Also, Tyler Reddick has really started, I mean, he has just not had pace in that 48 car this weekend. You know, they thought they might have a shot at coming in here and winning. After winning, what was it, back at Texas, I think, in the Xfinity car, or Charlotte? Can't quite remember, but they already got a win in that car earlier this season. Got their first ever career win as a team. But it doesn't seem like the cards are right for that team today. Also, Riley Herbst has caught up to the one of Sam Mayer, like I was talking about. I thought that 98 might be able to get past the one here soon. He was slowly closing in on him, and he's looking to set up a pass to get 3rd place from Sam Mayer. If Riley Herbst were to have a really good points day today, that would just about solidify his playoff spot. Right now, it's a pretty big margin from 12th to 13th on the playoff cut line. I think he's running about 11th or 10th right now in terms of the regular season points. So a good run today would be pretty good for that team and give them probably just a big enough of a cushion to lock themselves into the playoffs on points just about. Man, right now it says it is 136 degrees inside Noah Gregson's car right now. That is definitely not fun. That is hot, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Priest has gotten by Austin Hill and Brandon Jones. He's up to 8th place. He continues his charge forward. Austin Hill continues his fall backwards. He's going to fall out of the top 10 here pretty soon. He's hoping for a caution. Coming to 10 to go here in Stage 2. Stage 2 flying by here, guys. Only 45 laps. 10 to go this time by in the stage. Allgaier out front over Ty Gibbs still. Then it's Sam Mayer, Riley Herbst, Trevor Bayne, your top 5. But Ty Gibbs has slowly been eating into that lead that Justin Allgaier has. He's gotten it down to almost a second. So he might still have a shot at getting this stage win here before it's all said and done. AJ Allmendinger, though, might have a shot at getting a couple stage points if he's able to close the gap to the 21 and the 19 here with only about 10 to go in the stage. Jeffrey Earnhardt also just outside the top 10. He doesn't really care about stage points since he's not running full time, so he's probably not going to be willing to make any aggressive moves here at the end of the stage to try and set themselves up for the final stage. The one that counts, the one where the money gets paid out. Appreciate everybody tuning in, though. Appreciate it if you drop a like and hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. As the laps continue to wind down, the leaders are starting to catch the tail end of the lead lap cars. And so that they might have to worry about fighting those guys for those positions. And that definitely slow down the leader's pace and open up the door for possibly some drivers behind to sneak up and steal the stage win. Also, that 5 car is also having to worry about Brandon Jones once again. He passed that 19 not too long ago, but it looks like the track's coming back to the 19 as he's closing in on the bumper of the 5 car of Ryan Preece. Last time by, though, Allgaier quite a bit faster than Ty Gibbs, so he might be able to lock up this stage win here, unless something goes catastrophically wrong as he tries to pass a lapped car. He ought to be able to hold on to this stage win But they are starting to catch some guys like Josh Williams, Jeremy Clements, a couple other guys that might not be willing to just let themselves go a lap down here before the final stage begins. But the final stage is where things are going to get real interesting, guys, because it's going to be almost 100 laps, which is one of the longest stages we'll see in, honestly, any of the series all season long. So definitely potential for a really long green flag run and a lot of cars going a lap down and some really intense racing with lap traffic. So we'll have to keep our eyes open for that. But out front, Justin Allgaier continues to dominate. Ty Gibbs not too far behind. Sam Mayer, Riley Herbst, a couple other guys that might be able to mix it up with one good adjustment. But appreciate everybody who's tuned in so far. Closing in on 5 to go in the stage. Up to 10 likes, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks about that. If we could get 20 likes, I'd really appreciate that, ladies and gents. Also, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy what you're seeing. Guys, we'll be live later tonight for the SRX race as well. So, subscribe and turn on notifications so you're notified when I go live next time. But Brandon Jones has gotten around Ryan Preece, getting that 8th position back from the 5 car. And right now, Ty Gibbs getting gapped by 2 seconds now over Justin Allgaier. He had gotten it down to under a second there for a little bit, but Allgaier has slowly regrown that lead. With 5 to go in the stage, I think it's just about locked up for the 7 car. That's another couple seconds back to Sam Mayer, so Ty Gibbs really doesn't have to worry about having any threats from anybody else. But right now, the leader, Justin Allgaier, catching those last lead lap cars like Josh Williams, Jeremy Clements, Joe Graff Jr., a couple others. You got to wonder, are those guys going to try and fight to keep that lead lap so that way they don't have to go to the tail end of the field or lose that lap for the final stage and be having to fight back the entire final stage. If you can stay on the lead lap here, you're setting yourselves up for possibly maybe have a decent result at the end of the day. Bronze Cookie, you're saying Ryan Preece will win? I would not mind seeing Ryan Preece going back-to-back on Friday and Saturday. But he's going to have to get past some really strong Joe Gibbs cars and Junior Motorsports cars if he wants to make that happen. Now 3 to go, Justin Allgaier out front by 2.5 seconds. He's growing that lead even more. Noah Gragson closing in on the bumper of Trevor Bayne. Trevor Bayne making one of his couple, I think this might be one of his last Xfinity Series starts for the 18 car. But he's having a solid run right now, up in the top 5. I believe he's a winner here at this track in the Xfinity Series. It happened a long time ago, but he knows how to get it done here. And he has a bit of a moment there off of turn 4. That might allow the 9 car to have a run on him down the front straightaway. Gregson's got a run on Bayne as they enter turns 1 and 2. They're having to work some lap traffic, though. Bayne goes low, Gregson goes high, and Gregson's going to get held up by that lap traffic on the high line, and that's going to give Bayne the safe way past. But Gregson makes a 3 wide, moved in the middle of 3 wide. Gregson gets by 2 lapped cars, so he's still in this fight for 5th place with 2 to go. Coming to the white flag here in stage 2. Noah Gragson has got that thing sideways off of turn 4, trying to get by the 18 car. Out front, though, it's Justin Allgaier in a commanding lead over Ty Gibbs. He's just got to baby this thing home to get this stage 2 win. Right now, Austin Hill holding on to that final stage point over AJ Allmendinger. Off turn 4 for the final time. Justin Allgaier is going to win stage 2. Ty Gibbs will come home in 2nd place. Sam Mayer finishes 3rd. Riley Herbst will bring it home in 4th place. And then in 5th place, Trevor Bayne just holds on over Noah Gragson. After them, it's Barry, Jones, Preece, and Austin Hill, who round out your top 10. AJ Allmendinger, Jeffrey Earnhardt, and Ryan Sieg just missing out on a couple stage points there. But now the final stage begins. This is where the real money gets paid out, ladies and gents. This is where you can lock yourself into the playoffs. And Justin Allgaier already has a win this season. I think he already has he's already has 2 wins this season, so I don't know, you got to see if one of those underdogs might go up there and steal this win from Justin Allgaier. Riley Herbst has been in the top 5 all day. This is one of his best runs of the season. Can that 98 car get its first win in quite a while? Also, Ryan Preece up in the top 10. Austin Hill, Jeffrey Earnhardt also running near the top 10 a lot today. Those guys might be able to mix it up here in this final stage if everything goes right for them. The free pass will be Parker Retzlaff, I believe. Yes, it will. Parker Retzlaff gets the free pass in that 28 car. That puts 25 cars back on the lead lap. Right now, every car still in this race. J.G. Haley had an issue and had to go behind the wall there in stage 1. So he's 30 laps down, but still all 38 cars in this race. But still no cautions outside of the stage break so far today. Justin Allgaier has dominated today, leading almost every lap. Yeah, he's led 72 laps so far. Allmendinger was out front a bit for 19 laps, and Riley Herbst led 1. And he led the first lap. So Riley Herbst was on pole, actually, for today. I did not know that. Riley Herbst was on pole, led the first lap of the race. And then A.J. Allmendinger was out for a little bit, and then it was Allgaier who led for quite a while. But now you cannot afford to make a mistake on pit road with every car still being in this race. If you have to go to the rear of the field for a penalty, it's going to be really, really hard to recover. A.J. Allmendinger had one of the strongest cars in stage 1, had a speeding penalty on pit road, had to go to the rear of the field to start stage 2. It only worked his way back up to 11th place. Now he's still in it, but he doesn't have time to make a mistake like that again here on this stage caution. Appreciate everybody's tuned in so far, guys. Up to 12 likes. I appreciate it. Just checking to make sure the stream's working all right, guys. Also, yeah, we're using a new streaming software this weekend. Hopefully, we're going to make this a more permanent setup. But it doesn't seem like some of the presets I had saved are saving. So, see if we can fix that. But now here they come down pit road. You can't afford to make a mistake. Everybody going to be taking 4 tires and fuel right here. Now, these guys cannot make it to the end on fuel or tires, so they're going to have to make one more pit stop here in this final stage, whether it's under green or under caution. They still got one more pit stop to make, so still have a lot more racing left. Justin Allgaier with a long time on his pit stall. A 17-second pit stop there for the 7 car. That's going to cost him some time, but he might just be able to keep this lead over Ty Gibbs. It's going to be a race off pit road. The 54 might have it. And it looks like the race-off pit road's going to go to Ty Gibbs. Then Allgaier, Bayne, Gregson picking up a couple spots. Herbst loses a couple spots. Mayer losing some spots. The big losers there were some of the JRM guys. Allgaier loses the lead, and Sam Mayer drops from 3rd place to 6th on pit road. So, you know, Junior's not going to be happy about that one, ladies and gents. Both of his cars losing the lead and losing a couple spots. So, that pit road did not go ideally, but, you know, Ty Gibbs with a flawless pit stop. You know, those Joe Gibbs pit crew guys, whether it's in the Cup Series or the Xfinity Series, they're just on another level sometimes, man. But, guys, who is your pick to win, ladies and gents? If you want to put your pick to win in the chat, we're going to put up a poll. I'm going to say who wins at Nashville. Say the 7 of Allgaier. We can say the 54 of Gibbs. Both of those guys running strong. Then we'll say we'll say probably the 8. I don't know. Bayne's doing. Or we'll say the 9 of Gregson. Gregson's been near the front, and then we'll say a surprise as that final option. So you guys can now vote in the chat who your pick is to win, or just put in the chat who you think is going to win. Dylan McCauley, your pick is Trevor Bayne. I don't know. Could he get another win here at Nashville in the Xfinity Series? I think it's definitely possible. But he's going to have to get around the 7 and 54 first. He had a good stop on pit road there. He picked up 2 spots, moved up to 3rd. Also, guys, we'll see if we can get the chat up here on the screen. Let's see if that'll work. And yeah, now you guys, if you say anything in the chat, it should appear on screen. I'll test it out myself. But right now, Allgaier swept both the first and second stage, so he's looking pretty strong so far. But also, Bayne, Herbst, and Gibbs picking up quite a few stage points today. Herbst helping give himself more cushion on that playoff cut line. Appreciate everybody tuning in, though, so far, guys. Could we get up to 20 likes? I'd appreciate it. Also, hit that subscribe button if you enjoy what you're seeing on the road to 1,700 subscribers, guys. Yeah, we're about to get that green flag here for this final stage here in just a moment. Lights are out on the pace car as they go through turn 4. Gibbs on the inside, Allgaier on the outside. Then Bayne pushing his teammate Gibbs, Gragson pushing his teammate Allgaier. Here they come through the Geico restart zone here at Nashville in the Tennessee Lottery. 250. Also, Sam Mayer was speeding on pit road. Under that last stage break, he'll have to go to the rear of the field. But out front, Ty Gibbs and Allgaier side by side down the front straightaway. Allgaier edges out front as they go into turn 1 and 2. Can the 7 car pull it off on the outside line? In 1 and 2, they're still side by side. The 18 car sliding up in front of the 9 for 3rd place down the back straightaway. The 7 has the advantage over the 54. It looks like Allgaier might be able to take the lead back from Gibbs, but Gibbs with an intense side draft down the back straightaway as they go 3 and 4. Through 3 and 4, still side by side. The 7 might just clear him off turn 4. Yes, he will. Ty Gibbs going to tuck into 2nd place. Also, Austin Hill with the great restart. Austin Hill challenging Trevor Bayne for 3rd down the front straightaway. Trevor Bayne on the outside, Hill on the inside as they go through 1 and 2. And they're 3 wide back in the pack. The 8, the 98, and the 16, 3 wide. Josh Berry going to have to back out of that, and he's losing a lot of spots here. Josh Berry dropping on this restart. Also, Ryan Preece under attack from Daniel Hemrick. And Ty Gibbs going by Justin Allgaier on the inside. He pulls off to the slide job. But the 7 with the crossover. They're side by side down the front straightaway. The 7 with the crossover. He's underneath the 54. Back in the pack, they're 3 wide. The 98, 5, and 11. Let's hope that works out. The 7 and the 54 side by side through turns 1 and 2. Oh, that's some tight racing right there for the lead, folks. The 54 on the outside. He's going to have that run down the back straightaway. The 7's going to tuck back in line. Now, Ty Gibbs is your leader at Nashville. Justin Allgaier trying to take this lead back, but it doesn't look like he's going to have an opportunity just yet. Trevor Bayne and Austin Hill entering this battle for the lead, or at least trying to. Austin Hill to the inside of Bayne for 3rd place down the front straightaway. That 21 car really good on the short runs, but on the long run it starts to fade off. But maybe they made an adjustment to make that car better on the long run here. We'll have to see. We've reached the 100 laps point in this race, guys. 100 laps complete here. 88 to go. Hill's still trying to find a way by Bayne for 3rd place. He's got a line of cars behind him, including Jones, Allmendinger, Gragson, and Herbst. And Allgaier to the inside of the 54 off of turn 4. Justin Allgaier retakes the lead. What a great move off of turn 4. Justin Allgaier dove it down to the inside of Gibbs, down the front straightaway. Now, Allgaier out front. Ty Gibbs looking for a way by on the outside in turns 1 and 2. Not going to stick. Allgaier swept stage 1 and stage 2. He lost the lead there for just a moment from the rookie, or well, not the rookie, but the young gun, Ty Gibbs. Well, I guess Ty Gibbs is a rookie. I didn't even realize that. But, because it's his first full-time season. But Ty Gibbs still trying to find a way by Justin Allgaier. These guys keep going back and forth, back and forth. Now, Brandon Jones to the inside of Austin Hill for 4th place in 1 and 2. And he's going to make that stick. Allmendinger trying to follow through on that pass down the back straightaway. Allmendinger is going to move back up into the top 5 for the first time since that speeding penalty at the end of stage 1. That 16 car continuing his rebound forward after that penalty. He's up to fifth place, and he's looking for more. Riley Herbst to the inside of Austin Hill down the front straightaway. And we've seen this multiple times now. Austin Hill, that 21 car, fires off great on the restart. But on the long run, that thing, it just dies off. Not even that long of a run. Even 10 laps into the run, that 21 car just loses all of its life. Also, Sam Mayer was busted for speeding under that last set of pit stops, and he's only made his way back up to 18th place so far. He's got a long way to go before he gets back up to where he was running before that penalty. Josh Berry looking for a way by the 21 car now. Behind him, Ryan Preece and Noah Gragson side by side for 9th. Preece trying to take 9th place from Gragson. Just behind them, Sheldon Creed trying to get into the top 10. He needs a good points day. Right now, he's in the red big time on that playoff cut line. And Priest still looking for a way by the Josh Berry on the inside down the front straightaway. That's close. The 8, the 5, and the 9 all nose to tail down the front straightaway. And they're 3 wide. The 0-2, the 39, and the 1. The 39 loses 2 spots there. Tyler Reddick's going to go to the inside of Ryan Sieg now. And Josh Berry's around off the nose of the 5 of Ryan Priest. Josh Berry around. Ryan Priest. It looks like he's going to spin Josh Berry, but I don't know if Josh Berry kind of lost that on his own. I think the 5 gave the 8 a bit of a love tap there, and then the 8 just couldn't quite hold on to it. Honestly, hardly any damage to either one of those cars. Now, the 8 definitely is going to pit for fresh tires, but almost no damage whatsoever to either the 5 or the 8 car there. Through 1 and 2, the 8 car really loose, and that allows the 5 to get up the inside, and the 5 is just coming up on the 8 car, and the 8 car is getting out of the gas, and the 5 has nowhere to go, and he just gives him a bit of a tap. The 8 car goes for a spin, and both the 8 and the 5 are able to back it down and not make major contact. So the good news here is that both the 8 and the 5, basically both those cars are clean. The 5 and the 8 might both want to pit for fresh tires because they locked him up pretty big. The 8 spun, so he's definitely going to want to pit for tires. But this is going to change things up now. Got an early caution here in the final stage. The pit window is about 70 laps, and they'll have an opportunity to pit with about 80 to go. So maybe if they were able to pit here, and if it went green to the end, you might be able to save enough gas to somehow make it to the finish. Or if you got a couple cautions. Yeah, pit road open here, and a couple guys hitting pit road. The 39, the 8, a couple other guys towards the back of the field. But still, Justin Allgaier out front, then Gibbs, Bayne, Jones, Allmendinger your top 5, Herbst, Hill, Gragson, Creed, and Hemrick your top 10. But that's going to shake things up, guys. You could possibly pit here and make it to the end on fuel. It would be a really bold strategy, but it could be possible. So they're going to keep the tires on the 8 car here, it actually looks like, because they only have one more set of tires, and they want to save that set for later in the race when they make their final pit stop. But we're about to get another crazy restart here, ladies and gentlemen, so make sure you stick around. On that last restart, it was the 7 and the 54 going back and forth, lap after lap. Let's see, how many times did they change lead there in just a couple of laps? It went, yeah, the 54, the 7, the 54, the 7. Traded the lead there about 5 times in 4 laps, or 5 times in about 8 laps. So that was some great racing there out front. But Allgaier still pulled out victorious in the end. Allgaier's dominated today, leading 82 of the 107 laps so far. Also, Sam Mayer's up to 15th place after that penalty. He's happy for that caution because now he gets the field to bunch up again, and he may have a shot at making a couple more passes. But so far, Jeffrey Earnhardt having a good run in 11th place. Brett Moffitt running up in the top 15. Tyler Reddick has really struggled so far today, guys. In that 48 car, I think a lot of people expected him to win this weekend, but that has not been the case whatsoever. He's run back in 17th so far, and, I mean, he hasn't even hardly cracked the top 10 once. Stephen Parson and Ryan Ellis both having solid runs in the top 20 for Alpha Prime Racing. Also, the free pass for that caution will be the 51 of Jeremy Clements. Jeremy Clements gets back on the lead lap. That puts 26 cars on the lead lap. Still all 38 cars in this race, ladies and gents. So this has not been an attrition-filled race yet, but things might pick up here. We've seen some intense battling for the lead and some intense battling inside the top 10. That's what just brought out our last caution, a spin after contact between the 8 and the 5. So I still think there might be some more carnage to be had in this one, ladies and gents. Also, make sure you drop a like and hit that subscribe button, guys. Appreciate it. If you drop a like, we're trying to get up to 20 likes today, 25 likes. I'd appreciate it. And also subscribe so you can stay notified for more great NASCAR and just motorsport content in general. We're doing some SRX. We're doing a stream tonight for the SRX race, so make sure you're tuned in for that. Mark. Yeah, no, Eric, there's no bots today, but there were bots yesterday. I mean, now all of a sudden there'll probably be bots, but it's so random. Sometimes the bots are here, sometimes they're not. Anyways, Mark, your picks are the 54, the 7, and the 26. Well, so far you got the top 2, and almost all 3 of them are running in the top 10. So I'd say your picks are doing pretty good so far. We appreciate everybody's tuning in so far. About to get the green flag here, though, to go back racing again in this final stage. Also, guys, we got like 20 people watching. We only got 13 likes, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Good job, Eric. I appreciate it. Okay, about to get the green flag here. With 78 laps to go here in Nashville. Allgaier on the inside, Gibbs on the outside. Then Bayne pushing Allgaier, Allmendinger pushing Gibbs, and that inside line is hooked up really good. Ty Gibbs is going to check up that outside line, and Allgaier's already clear for the lead through turns 1 and 2. Now Bayne and Gibbs side by side for second place. Can Trevor Bayne steal second place from his teammate? He's not going to be able to do it off turn 2, but they're side by side down the back straightaway. Then Allmendinger slides into 4th place. Jones just behind him in 5th. And they're 3 wide just outside the top 10. They're really fighting back there. Who is that? That's some close racing between the 227 and the 02 and the 9 and others. And down the front straightaway, the 18 trying to get by the 54. He's got some help from the 16. And it looks like A.J. Allmendinger is going to push Trevor Bayne by Ty Gibbs. Trevor Bayne up to 2nd place. Ty Gibbs is going to drop back to 3rd. Allmendinger up to 4th, and now Riley Herbst trying to take 5th place from Brandon Jones in turns 3 and 4. Herbst almost has gotten by Jones. Oh, it's not going to quite stick just yet. The 19 car just going to back out of that one. So now the 98's up back into the top 5. Riley Herbst having a great run so far today. Riley Herbst has started on pole, and he led a lap earlier, the first lap of the race. But since then, I mean, he hasn't been up front, but he's been in the top 5 just about the whole day, so that's pretty solid for that team. Also, Sam Mayer has gotten all the way up to 11th place. He's about to crack back into the top 10. Pretty good recovery run for him. But right now, it's Allgaier out front, but already 7/10 of a second over Trevor Bayne. Then it's another couple tenths back to Ty Gibbs and A.J. Allmendinger. But Allgaier has just, I mean, Allgaier in a league of his own so far today. It doesn't seem like anybody's been able to challenge him. Sam Mayer going to the inside of Sheldon Creed for 10th place off of turn 4. The one up the inside of the 2. Sam Mayer going to have the advantage at the stripe, but they're still side by side as they go through turns 1 and 2. And Sam Mayer, he's going to get a bit loose there on the inside. That's going to allow the 27 to close up to his bumper down the back straightaway. Sam Mayer really having to fight these guys hard just outside the top 10. through 3 and 4. Mayer might be able to clear Creed here, but still not quite. Also, Ryan Preece just behind these guys after making contact with the 8 there. He lost some of his track position. And no, the 26 and the 27 making a bit of contact there off of turn 4. That was just a love tap, but kicking up some smoke between Jeffrey Earnhardt and Jeff Burton. I mean, not Jeff, Jeb Burton. Herbst looking for 4th place from Allmendinger. Riley Herbst running really strong today, trying to get by Allmendinger on the inside in turns 3 and 4. They're side by side down the front straightaway. The 98's not by the 16 just yet. And the 16's going to chop down on the nose of the 98, and that's going to allow the 19 to have a run on Herbst. Now Herbst under pressure from Brandon Jones through 1 and 2. But Herbst is going to have that preferred run-off corner exit and be able to clear Jones there. Jeffrey Earnhardt with a run on the 2-car down the back straightaway. Jeffrey Earnhardt goes to the inside of Sheldon Creed in turns 3 and 4, trying to pick up 11th place. Oh, he's up the track, and he's going to get into the side of the 2. He's sideways. Jeffrey Earnhardt trying to hold on to it off of turn 4. Jeffrey Earnhardt going to bring out the caution. Luckily, no major contact for himself or the 2 of Sheldon Creed there. But that's tough there for Jeffrey Earnhardt. Probably pushing the issue a bit too hard there. Made some contact with the 27 a couple laps before, and then he gets up into the door of the 2, and he just loses that car and goes for a spin. Able to hold on to it, though. Doesn't make any contact with the wall or any other cars, so he's pretty lucky that he's going to be able to continue on here. But now this caution's going to come out with 72 to go, guys. So now the pit window is open to make it to the end on fuel. You could pit here and make it to the end on gas, but I just don't know if you could do that. Well, I don't know if you could, because you're gonna have to go so far and everybody only has 1 set of tires left. If they don't have 1 set, they have no sets left. So everybody only has 1 set of tires left. So if you put them on now and you have a restart a bit later in the race, I mean, you don't have any more tires, and the tires you have are gonna be cooked. So you might just try and go a bit longer here and hope for another caution, or just go through green flag pit stops. But maybe if you're thinking about, if you're way below the cutoff line, if you need a win to get into the playoffs right now, maybe it's worth the risk and you come down here and pit for tires and fuel and decide you're going to try and fuel mileage your race to the end, or fuel mileage your way to the end of the race. Pit road not open that time by, I don't think. Yeah, not open that time by. So we'll have to see next time around if anybody decides to try and pull off the strategy and go 70 laps on this set of tires, or on their next set of tires. According to the poll, guys, most of you guys don't think it's going to be Allgaier, Gibbs, or Gragson who wins this race. Most of you guys are banking on it being a surprise. So maybe you're thinking Trevor Bayne, Adrian Allmendinger, somebody else. Also, guys, appreciate everybody tuning in. We're up to 25 people watching, and we got 17 likes, guys. Can we get up to 20 likes? I'd appreciate it. Also, hit that subscribe button, guys, on the road to 1,700 subscribers. Only about 35 away or so. Also, we'll be live later tonight for the SRX race at South Boston Speedway, so make sure you tune into that. And now pit road's going to be open here. Who decides to hit pit road and try and pull off the strategy here? It's either going to be everybody or just about nobody. If the leaders decide to do it, which it looks like the leaders are going to pit, Allmendinger are going to stay out. Brandon Jones, so looks like the top 5 pit, but then it's just about split half and half the rest of the field. So everybody coming down pit road except maybe about 8 or so cars. And I think now, almost since everybody pitted, I think the strategy was to pit, guys. So it looks like everybody going to pit here to cover the chance of anybody pulling a bold strategy and stealing a win. Because the guys who stayed out here, they're going to have fresh tires later in the race, but I'm not sure how much of an advantage that's really going to be. But the free pass for that caution will be, if I'm not mistaken, the free pass for that one will be, I think, Alex LeBay or Stephen Parsons, one of those two drivers. That'll put 28 cars back on the lead lap. Still, like I said, all 38 cars in this race. We've had a couple cautions now recently, but still, no big incidents have happened so far. So I think a lot of carnage is still in the making, possibly. Also, we're going to put a new poll up in the chat. Who wins at Nashville? We'll say, are you banking on the 54, the 7? See who else. We'll set the 18 or the 16. So a couple of cars that definitely have a shot at getting it done there. Those 4 drivers have been some of the dominant guys so far today. But also, it looks like the amount of cars that stayed out there and did not hit pit road. And it looks like actually quite a few guys stayed out, if I'm not, or actually not that. So 10 guys stayed out. So the top 10, all on older tires than everybody else. We'll have to see how they hold on. Anthony Alfredo, Ryan Ellis, Jeremy Clements, Ryan Sieg, Tyler Reddick, Landon Castle, Daniel Hemrick, Noah Gregson, Jones, and AJ Allmendinger are all pulling this strategy. Also, all 3 of the Colleague cars decided not to pit. So they're all going with this strategy. We'll see if that pays off for them or not. We'll be going green here in probably another lap or so. And the action will pick back up. Thanks to everybody who's tuned in, though, so far. Right now, we got 1 vote in the poll already saying Joe Gibbs, or not Joe Gibbs, Ty Gibbs is going to win. I guess Ty Gibbs and Joe Gibbs would win. But, yeah, guys, appreciate everybody watching. If we get up to 20 likes, I would appreciate it, ladies and gents. Also, drop a like and hit that subscribe button. Currently, 36 subscribers away from 1,700. Oops, guys, that's subscriber goal. We're going to edit that. That was from a while ago. We'll try and edit that subscriber goal. Also, it looks like the 18 of Trevor Bayne gets a penalty, guys, and that is huge. Trevor Bayne with a penalty on pit road, letting a tire get away. And that might just end Trevor Bayne's hopes at getting another win at Nashville, guys. Man, the 18 almost had a shot there. I mean, he was in prime position to maybe win this race, or at least be one of the contenders, but it's going to be a lot harder now. Okay, we're about to get the green flag here off of turn 4. Allmendinger on the inside. Brandon Jones on the outside. Through the Geico restart zone they go. The top 10 are on old tires. Everybody outside the top 10 got some fresher Goodyear and more fuel in the car. We'll have to see how that goes. Already a car shooting up the track. That's the 23 of Anthony Alfredo after getting quite a shot from Ty Gibbs there. Allgaier up the track, back in the pack. Oh, boy, that is chaos. Back just outside the top 10. Those fresh tires trying to make their way through these guys on old tires. But out front, Allmendinger, Jones, Gregson, Hemrick, Castle, your top 5, all single file. But Gibbs has already worked his way up to 8th place, making up 3 or 4 spots already on this restart. But Allgaier also making up a couple spots. Mayer also moving up. Oh, and we've got a caution. The 2 car, the 07, the 27. Oh, that is huge there, ladies and gents. That is huge for the playoffs, guys. Jeb Burton and Sheldon Creed, 2 guys that are on the outside looking in, having bad luck again. Both those guys are running in the top 15, maybe having a shot at getting a good points day. But their days are going to be done, and they're going to be in a must-win situation now, basically, with the playoffs. Sheldon Creed backed it into the outside wall. I don't think he's put the window net down yet. He might try to drive it away, but I think that thing's done. That back end's packed in quite a bit. Joe Graff Jr. already out of his 07 car. And these will be the first retirements of the day, guys. We're able to make it almost 3/4 of the way through this race without no cars getting taken out. But it looks like now we've already seen 3 contenders head to the garage now. But those guys who just pitted, oh, they're happy that they saw this. Now it's like, oh, man, I got another shot at making up some more. It's like, now I've got another shot at making up more spots on track. So it looks like that is Jeb Burton's fault there. He comes up the track and takes out Sheldon Creed, and the 07 of Joe Graff Jr. just had nowhere to go in 1 and 2. I mean, they were racing 4 wide back in the pack. Also, another car got pretty sideways. Not quite sure who that was. It was a total separate incident, but yeah, that 27 just took out the 2 there. I mean, I don't know what he was doing. I mean, they are 4 wide. It's kind of similar to the truck incident last night. I mean, who can really blame him? But I don't know. The 2 kind of came down on the 27, but he probably expected the 27 to go lower on the racetrack. Like, the 27 probably had a whole groove of track to his inside that he could have used up, but instead, he just stayed right up on the corner panel of the 2 and ended up taking them both out, as well as the 07. So Creed trying to get a push here from the truck to get that thing fired up again. Right now he's pinned up against the outside wall with pretty heavy damage to the rear end. Honestly, if they could, I mean, if they're able to save and make it to the end here, it might give that team a couple extra points, and that can make all the difference later in the season. I mean, J.J. Daly 30 laps down. I mean, that's one position they pretty much have if they're able to make it to the end of the race, or at least make it at another 20 laps or so. Also, Kyle Weatherman must have had an issue. He's 7 laps down. Didn't notice that he lost so many laps there. Creed's trying to get that thing going again, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, it looks like the 2 car is going to be done after that one, guys. So Sheldon Creed having his playoff hopes just about dashed with that one now. He's going to have to try and figure out a way to maybe win a race here, as well as Jeb Burton. Jeb Burton, it looks like, they got that 2 car fired up finally. It took him like 5 minutes, but Sheldon Creed able to fire that thing back up again. So it might not be over for the 2 car. Well, not totally over for the 2 car today, but well, something big is dragging under that car, though, because it's put up a ton of sparks. Also, it looks like they're chopping the nose off of the 27 car to keep that thing back out on track. And it looks like we're going to have a Martinsville-looking car here at Nashville. Did not expect that to happen, but, I mean, I'm not complaining. It's hilarious when you see those sliced-up cars just trying to make their way to the finish. Appreciate everybody who's tuning in so far, ladies and gents. Make sure you drop a like and hit that subscribe button, guys. On the way to 1,700 subscribers, as you see in the top, or well, up in the left-hand corner, kind of up towards over the Xfinity Series logo. Looking to get to 36 more subscribers possibly by the end of the weekend, and we could hit 1,700 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it. And we're almost to 20 likes as well, guys. I appreciate that. Mark, when did they last pit? Get up on the wheel, Trevor? If not, the 5 can hold them off for 15 laps. If not, toast. I don't know. Yeah, we're going to have to see how this strategy works for the guys who decide not to pit. Because with this, now that they have another restart, Ty Gibbs, instead of having to restart from 10th before, now he's up to 7th. So he's just even closer to that front. Also, Justin Allgaier is going to be restarting in 9th now instead of 12th. So closer to that front. So it's like, yeah, it just about seals the fate for those colleague guys who all hopped on this strategy here of not pitting under that last caution. But now with this caution, these guys should easily be able to, those guys who pitted under last caution can easily make it to the end of the race on this tank of gas. Now, can they make it to the end of the race on this set of tires? That's a whole nother question. And pit road open this time by nobody in the top 10 coming to pit road. No surprise there. I mean, these guys committed to this strategy. It's like you made your bed, now you got to lay in it. Oh, Sheldon Creed has brought it behind the wall, so he's done. He was able to get it refired, but I guess it wasn't for much. You know, these guys are like, I mean, these guys out front are just praying that we get a long run here where their tires start to equal out and then they get a caution and then everybody will be like, man, I kind of hope I get some tires. I appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Up to over 30 viewers right now. I appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who's tuning in so far. Make sure you drop a like, hit that subscribe button, guys. On the road to 1,700 subscribers, guys. 36 subs away. That's why we got that sub goal up in the top left corner. We can get 36 more subscribers by the end of the weekend. I'd really appreciate it. But out front, it's AJ Allmendinger and Brandon Jones. Your top 7 or your top 6 all on a strategy where they're on older tires than the cars behind them. We'll have to see how they do on this next restart. But Ty Gibbs, Justin Allgaier, the 2 hard chargers who have fresh tires, and honestly, those 2 guys have been the best cars so far today. But you guys can vote in the chat who your pick is to win on that poll, or also just put in the chat who you think is going to win. Is it going to be Allgaier? Is it going to be Allmendinger? Is it going to be Gibbs getting another win in that 54 machine, making that 54 car go back-to-back at Nashville? I got 30 people watching, guys. We only got 19 likes. Could we get up to 25 likes? I'd appreciate it. Okay, we're about to get the green flag, though. Next time by, it'll be less than 50 to go now. Or, well, actually, no, it'll be 57 to go now. Not 50, but 57 to go. But it's Allmendinger and Jones on the front row. Jones on the outside, Allmendinger on the inside. Then Hemrick on the outside of row 2. Gregson on the inside of row 2. Then Castle and Ryan Sieg making up row number 3. Actually, no, Ty Gibbs, because of the choose cone, is all the way up to the 3rd car on the outside lane. You know he's going to be trying to make it 3 wide on the outside. We'll see how that works for Ty Gibbs. Or are we going to see another caution on this restart? We'll have to see. But through the Geico restart zone they go at Nashville. Allmendinger on the inside, Jones on the outside. They're on old tires. Gibbs, it fits place on fresh tires. Can he make it happen? through the restart zone. The 16 with the advantage over the 19. The 54 looking high. Meanwhile, back in the pack, they fan out 4 wide. And Allmendinger are going to slide up in front of Jones for the lead off of turn 2. Then they're side by side for third. Hemrick and Gregson. Gibbs up to 5th place as he's gotten by Landon Castle. Allgaier going to the inside of Landon Castle in 3 and 4. Allgaier also on fresh tires. He's all over the bumper of the 54 car off of turn 4. The fresh tires have made their way up into the top 5 now. How are they going to compare against these colleague cars, Gregson and Jones? Gibbs looking to the outside of the 11, trying to make that pass happen on the less preferred line. He's going to cross over to the inside of the 11 down the back straightaway. Gibbs sends it up the inside of Hemrick in 3 and 4, and he's going to make that pass happen easily. The 7 now looking to the outside of the 11 off of turn 4. Allmendinger trying to steal 5th place from Hemrick. Down the front straightaway, it looks like the 7's going to have a run to the inside of the 11. Nope, not there. The 54 is definitely firing off better than the 7 on these restarts in terms of how much track position he's making up. But it's Allmendinger and Jones out front now by a bit of a margin. And the 11 car kind of holding up the 7 right now. So, those fresh tires, not quite a huge difference maker. I mean, they're definitely stronger on the restart. But, oh, we've got the 31 car sideways on the back straightaway. But they're going to keep it green. He gets it refired. Myatt Snyder was sideways there on the back straightaway. He's got it refired, though. And we're still under green flag. Not quite sure if we'll get a replay of that, but Myatt Snyder been kind of struggling for the majority of the day. Oh, and he's got a flat right rear, so he's going to have to make it to pit road here. That's going to end Myatt Snyder's chances of getting a top 10 today just about. Jones to the inside of Allmendinger off of turn 4. Jones trying to take the lead. He's got the advantage at the stripe. Brandon Jones back out front here in Nashville. They're side by side through turns 1 and 2. Jones on the inside, Allmendinger on the outside. The 16 is going to have that run off the high side on corner exit. And he's going to hold on to that spot for now. But Jones not content with second place by all means. Gregson also entering this battle as they battle side by side. And as they battle, that's going to allow Gibbs and Allgaier to close in on him. Also, Mayer's gotten up to 6th place on the fresh tires. The 9 looking to the inside of the 19 down the front straightaway. Not going to have a big enough of a run to do anything with it. But Gibbs and Allgaier have caught right up to these top 3 after having some issues with the 11 car. But Allgaier looking to the inside of Gibbs for 4th place. The 7 on the inside of the 54 in turns 3 and 4. Off of turn 4, Gibbs is just holding on to that position, but Allgaier side drafting him hard down the front straightaway. The 7 with the advantage at the stripe, but they're side by side as they enter turns 1 and 2. Allgaier's up to 4th place, Gibbs back to 4th, but as those guys battled, that allowed Sam Mayer to close in on him. Sam Mayer entering this battle with Gibbs and Allgaier. Those guys are running 4th, 5th, and 6th, but they're really running 1st, 2nd, and 3rd because the guys in front of them are going to have to pit before this race is over. So whichever one of them is out front is really the one that's going to be out front at the end unless we have some crazy cautions or some crazy strategy. Oh, shoot, guys. I'm sorry. The leaderboard didn't update there. I didn't update it there. My bad, guys. Sorry, it's a little bit behind, but now it's updated. But hey, I'm trying to keep painting the picture as best I can with my words. Now we're at 50 to go here at Nashville. Herbst trying to continue his charge forward. He was running solid before these pit stops, but he hasn't been able to make many passes even with the fresh tires. Currently running in 11th place, just ahead of Trevor Bayne, trying to get by Ryan Sieg. Those old tires are kind of holding their own as the run goes on. I'm kind of surprised by that. Also, Josh Berry, after that spin, after contact with the 5 cars, only been able to make his way up to, well, he's actually running in 24th, the last car on the lead lap. Ryan Preece also, after that spin, hasn't really been the same. He's back in 14th place. But Kyle Weatherman, Sheldon Creed, Joe Graff Jr., and Jeb Burton all out of this race after some issues under last green flag run. It's our first couple of DNFs on the day. Still 24 cars on the lead lap. 34 cars still in this race. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Also, make sure you drop a like and hit that subscribe button, ladies and gents. Trying to get to 1,700 subscribers, guys. Currently 36 subscribers away. Also, there's like 40 people watching right now, and we only got, have we hit 20 likes yet? We still haven't hit 20 likes yet, guys. Somebody drop a like and get to 20 likes, guys. I'd appreciate it. But anyways, out front, Allgaier still commanding by about a half a second to a second over Brandon Jones. He's slowly grown that lead, but he's certainly not driving away from him. Allgaier's up to 4th place, but he's kind of stuck behind his teammate Noah Gragson, who's in 3rd. But your top 3 are going to have to pit for tires at some point. Meanwhile, back in the pack, they're 3 wide. Castle, Hill, and Bayne. That was pretty risky right there, ladies and gents. Bayne going to get by both Castle and, what was that, Hemrick, I was saying. Or both by Castle and Austin Hill. Bayne had that penalty not too long ago. He's made his way all the way up to 9th place, though. So solid rebound by Trevor Bayne. Already up to 9th place. About to get that, about to be back to the action after a side-by-side commercial break. Ty Gibbs is only up to 5th place, though, and Sam Mayer was on a charge on those fresh tires, but his run is stalled out in 6th place. Allgaier, though, on the bumper of his teammate Gragson off of turn 4. He's up the inside of his teammate Gragson, has a bit of a moment there off of turn 4, and Allgaier now has a window to get by Gragson for 3rd place. Those older tires are starting to become harder to hang on for Noah Gragson, and Allgaier's going to get by him down the front straightaway. Allgaier's up to 3rd, and now Ty Gibbs trying to get by Noah Gragson. Yeah, now that Allgaier's up to 3rd, he sets his sights on Brandon Jones. Also, Gregson's still just so much slower through the middle of the corner than the guys on fresh tires. I mean, Ty Gibbs just closed in on him so much in the middle of 3 and 4. Ty Gibbs trying to find a way by Noah Gragson, running a bit of a higher line. Down the back straightaway, the 7 closing in on the bumper, Brandon Jones. Also, Bayne getting by Riley Herbst for 7th place. He continues his charge forward. Josh Williams making an unscheduled pit stop right now. Josh Berry might be in danger of going a lap down, though, if this run goes on much longer. I'm not sure if he's gotten any damage from that spin, or maybe he's just on a really old set of tires. But definitely not hanging on very well. But the 7 and the 19 making a bit of contact down the back straightaway. The 7 doing some aggressive side drafting. The 7's going to slide up and clear the 19 of Brandon Jones. So Allgaier's now up to 2nd. And Ty Gibbs and Gragson side by side for 4th down the front straightaway. Gibbs on the inside of Gragson through turns 1 and 2. Off corner exit. Is he going to be able to pull it off? Nope, not quite. He got pretty sideways there. He's going to have to tuck back in line. Also, Sam Mayer now closing up to the bumper of the 54. He's on fresh tires as well. Sam Mayer's kind of been second fiddle to the 7 and the 54 today. Oh, and the 54's around. The one in them bang doors, but they're still going. Oh, the 54, what a save. But the one in the 54, I think Sam Mayer dumped, or almost dumped Ty Gibbs there. Ty Gibbs not going to be happy about that. It looks like both those cars are okay, but the left front on the 54 pretty knocked in. He might have to worry about a tire going down. Yeah, well, the one car definitely have a tire up, but man, off of turn 4, Ty Gibbs got a shot from the 1, and Gibbs basically spun, but he got saved by the 1 car who was underneath him, so he was sideways, and then slammed his doors with the 1, but it gave so much damage to each side of their cars. Yeah, but the one in the 54 just knocked doors there pretty hard after the 54 almost spins from contact with the 1 of Sam Mayer. And now we just got to worry about one of those guys having a tire up, but that's crazy, guys. That takes out the 54 and the 1, at least for now. And those were the two guys who might have a shot at mixing it up with Justin Allgaier. So right now, Justin Allgaier just has to worry about... Oh, and meanwhile, Justin Allgaier has passed A.J. Allmendinger while this has happened. I wasn't even paying attention, but Allgaier is gotten by A.J. Allmendinger, and now he's up front. The two guys he had to worry about competing with are way behind him, and now he doesn't have anybody else to worry about. But yeah, now it's Allgaier out front, and I mean, Allmendinger is no match for him. He's on older tires. Jones also in third. Gregson, Gregson in fourth on old tires. So Mayer's still in fifth place, but now Trevor Bayne on the bumper of Sam Mayer. Does this open the door for Trevor Bayne to mix it up all of a sudden? Bayne still trying to get by the 1 and the 54. It doesn't look like Gibbs or Mayer have serious aero damage, but both those guys definitely in danger of losing a tire. Yeah, Trevor! Oh, Trevor Bayne in the 1. Making a bit of contact there off of turn 4. The 18 got a bit sideways trying to get by the 1 of Sam Mayer on the inside. It looks like that pass is going to stick, but Bayne's now up to second place. Mayer, though, looking for the crossover off turn 2. Not going to have big enough of a run. But Bayne is past Mayer, and now he's up to 5th place. He sets his eyes on Gregson, who's on older tires in front of him. But you got to know, if Ty Gibbs gets back to the bumper of Sam Mayer, he's going to be repaying the favor. Sam Mayer only a little ways up the road from the 54, but yeah, no. Gibbs not going to be happy about that at all. Coming to 35 to go. Allgaier still out front by a commanding lead. Now those guys who stayed out on a couple of cautions ago are praying for a caution because they don't want to have to make green flag pit stops because it basically just throw their race away. But Herbst looking up the inside of Sam Mayer for 6th place. Herbst continuing his solid run today. Brandon Jones now on the bumper of Allmendinger for 2nd place. Both those guys are on older tires and do have to make another pit stop, so this battle doesn't mean that much. But Jones up the inside of the 16. Off turn 2, not going to stick. But Jones got a bit more momentum in that car in the long run than the 16. Mark, you say Sam gets too excited when he gets near the front? I don't know. I wouldn't quite disagree with you on that one. I feel like sometimes he drives in a bit over his head. You could definitely say that. Also, guys, we got a new subscriber. We're on our way to 1,700 subscribers, guys. Now we're 35 subscribers away. You see that goal thing up in the top left corner of the screen. Appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe. Make sure you tune in later tonight for the SRX race as well. You'll see probably replay. Oh, Jones super close to the bumper of the 16 there off of turn 4. Wasn't quite able to get big enough of a run there. The lap's continuing to wind down. Allgaier continuing to just drive away from the field. Time is running out for everybody else. Also, Josh Berry's gone a lap down. He definitely had a top 10 car earlier in the day, but after contact between him and the 5 that sent him around, he's still on that same set of tires, I believe. I'm not sure why they didn't pit him for a fresh set of tires, but trying to pull off some sort of strategy there, and those tires are just so killed. He's so far off the pace, just trying to limp it to the finish. Now Bayne catching up to the bumper of Noah Gragson. And even though Trevor Bayne's making these passes, he's on fresh tires and is slowly winding into the leaders. I mean, he's going to run out of time is my guess with 30 to go. How far is he? But he's 3.5 seconds behind Justin Allgaier. So he's going to really have to start to pick up the pace if he wants to catch up to the pace the 7 car is putting down. I mean, the 7 is running some great laps right now. Jones still trying to get by Allmendinger. He just can't quite get the big enough of a run-off corner exit. He's going to get him eventually, though. Also, Ty Gibbs closing back in on Sam Mayer. The gap only a couple tenths of a second. You know, once Gibbs gets to the bumper of Mayer, I think it's easy to say that Mayer probably will be getting spun. Or at least ran really hard because Gibbs basically just got half dumped by Sam Mayer. And both those guys dropped from 2nd and 3rd place back to 7th and 8th. Mayer's definitely more hurt from that incident than Gibbs. But your top 10 right now, Allgaier, Allmendinger, Jones, Gragson, Bayne, Herbst, Mayer, Gibbs, Hill, and Priest. Just outside your top 10, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Daniel Hemrick, Ryan Sieg. They only can go, but those guys who haven't pitted yet can only go about 10 more laps, and that's the 16, the 19, the 9. I believe the 21, the 11, the 39, a couple others. So they're praying for a caution right now. Jones up the inside of Allmendinger in 1 and 2. Can he finally pull off this pass? No, he can't. He's going to slide up the track, and now the 9 is actually going to have a run on him. Gragson up the inside of the 19 down the back straightaway. He's trying to take third place away. Trevor Bayne behind this gaggle of cars on old tires. He's got to get by them quick if he wants to try and chase down Justin Allgaier for the ultimate win of this race. Behind him's Riley Herbst and Sam Mayer and Ty Gibbs. Still, Ty Gibbs and Sam Mayer haven't made an encounter yet after their incident. Oh, Gragson trying to pull off the slide job on Justin, on AJ Allmendinger. Just pulls it off. The 16 has to get on the gas big time. And the 18's going to drive by both the 19 and the 16 after that one. A bold slide job there from Noah Gragson. But that's going to allow Trevor Bayne to get by both the 19 and the 16, and he's closing in on the 9 now. Jones finally going to pull off that pass on AJ Allmendinger, and that 16 car just really fading now. Those litter tires not working at all. And wow, Sam Mayer, man, he chickens out. He knows Ty Gibbs is coming for some revenge. He just let Gibbs go by. Sam Mayer just let Gibbs go by. He knew he wasn't going to... I guess it's kind of smart. He knew he wasn't going to let himself get dumped by the 54, so he just let the 54 drive by him. Which I'm sure is, a smart decision in the short time, but Gibbs is still going to find a way to pay him back after that. But now Bayne's gotten by Gragson. He's all the way up to second place. Herbst getting by Jones now. Herbst right now in position to get a top 3 if everything goes green to the finish. Only a couple guys in the top 10 can only go a couple more laps before they have to pit, including the 19, the 16, and the 9. So that would cycle some guys like Herbst, Gibbs, Mayer, Priest up towards the front. Also, Ryan Priest has gotten by Austin Hill. Also, Allgaier starting to work lap traffic now as he's going to put Anthony Alfredo a lap down. 25 to go here at Nashville. Probably be seeing some green flag pit stops start soon unless we get a caution. Those guys, the call guys are praying for a caution right now. Also, Ty Gibbs is going to go by AJ Allmendinger. Eric, yeah, guys, please like and subscribe, as Eric says. Guys, 35 subscribers from 1,700. Hit that subscribe button and make it happen, ladies and gents. We'll be live later tonight for the SRX race, so make sure you tune in for that as well. Now, Sam Mayer let Ty Gibbs pass him, but he might even catch back up to Ty Gibbs. So I think he's going to purposely not catch back up to Ty Gibbs because he knows if he gets past the 54 and is within bump and run distance, the 54 is going to punt the 1 car. The laps continue to wind down here at Nashville. Allgaier wants this thing to go green to the end because there is nobody who is any threat to him right now. I mean, he is in a class of his own. He's been taking them to school today. Of the 165 laps so far, he's led 112 of them, winning both Stage 1 and Stage 2 and looking to sweep the stages here at Nashville. And now Allgaier putting another, I think that's, who is that even? The 13 car, another lap down. I mean, this lap traffic might try and fight him a little bit to keep their lead lap position, but, I mean, right now he has grown his lead to 4 seconds over Trevor Bayne, but last time by, Bayne did take 0.2 of a second out of it, so I don't know. It might not quite be over yet. Are we going to see something like the truck race last night, which was insane? Zane Smith reeling in Ryan Preece and almost making a move for the win there. Now it's 20 to go, guys. 20 to go. And this was the lap where the call-in guys said they couldn't go any farther. This is where those guys who did not pit earlier, this is where they got to pit for tires and fuel. So it looks like somebody's hitting pit road. Noah Gragson hits pit road with 20 to go. So these guys are going to try and just take a splash of gas. It may be like 2 tires just to make it to the end. But hopefully they can stay on the lead lap, or at least be in the contention for the lucky dog. Or, oh, it looks like Gragson going to take all 4 tires. So he's definitely going to lose at least 1 lap here. It's going to be interesting to see how much more pace do these guys have than the leaders. But yeah, now they're going to be a lap down for sure. Probably almost 2 laps down by the time it's all said and done. But still, we're looking at any of the call-in guys pitted yet. They haven't made it to pit road quite yet, so they might be able to pull it off. Ryan Sieg, the call-in guys, Brandon Jones, a couple others still got to pit. Tyler Reddick has to pit, and he's hitting pit road right now. Tyler Reddick, one guy a lot of people thought was going to win today, has been a non-factor the entire day. I mean, he won a race earlier this year in that 48 car, but man, at their home race, they have not even cracked the top 10 like once today. Meanwhile, the 7 putting the 45 and the 36 a lap down, continuing his charge up through the field. And this lap traffic is definitely slowing him down just a bit. The gap has gone from 4 seconds down to about 3.7 seconds over Trevor Bayne. So Trevor Bayne slowly reeling in Justin Allgaier. But I wonder just how much of that is him being stuck behind lap traffic as he's getting held up by the 38 just a bit. And Brandon Jones will hit pit road from running inside the top 10. We'll have to see, though. I think these guys, Gragson took 4 tires and fuel. I think everybody else is only going to take 2 tires. I mean, or well, no, it looks like Jones is also going to take 4 tires. I mean, I don't know, because if you only take 2 tires, you might be in contention for the lucky dog. But 4 tires, you're going to lose way more than just 1 lap. You're going to lose almost 2 laps. Yeah, right now, Allgaier continuing to maintain that lead over Trevor Bayne. Trevor Bayne not making too many strides in on the 18 on this last lap. Riley Herbst staying in about 3rd place. Ty Gibbs in 4th, and Sam Mayer rounds out your top 5. Ryan Preece closing in on Sam Mayer. He might be able to sneak into the top 5 before it's said and done. Also, Austin Hill, Jeffrey Earnhardt, AJ Allmendinger, Daniel Hemrick in your top 10, but Allmendinger and Hemrick are going to have to pit here. And wow, actually the 16 and the 11 have gone really far on this set. A lot of people thought they could only go to 20 to go, but here they are with 15 to go, still on track. So, surprised that's still working for them. I'd have to imagine they're about to hit pit road this time by, or one of the next couple laps. I'll pin that there, Eric. Yep. Yeah, guys, tune in tonight at 8 o'clock for the SRX live stream. Yeah, the majority of you guys in the poll now have saying Justin Allgaier going to win today. And also, as I just mentioned, and I think the majority of you guys are going to be correct, but just as I mentioned, the call-it guys hit in pit road. Landon Castle's still out there, so is Ryan Sieg. I think they're the 2 last guys who still have to hit pit road, but yeah, no, there's not much longer anybody else can go who hasn't pitted yet. But we got like 60 people watching, guys. Could we get up to like 30 likes? We got 60 people watching. Could we get 30 likes? I'd appreciate it. Also, hit that subscribe button, guys. Trying to get to 1,700 subscribers. 35 subs away, as you guys see in that sub goal up in the top left corner. Make that you could make that progression bar go up if you hit that subscribe button. Yeah, now Castle's going to hit pit road as Ryan Sieg's still out there. Well, these guys have gone quite a bit longer than a lot of people thought they could. They've gone to about 12 to go instead of 20 to go, but that's going to cycle Brett Moffitt into the top 10. Brandon Brown might even have a shot at a top 10 before it's done. But Allgaier just continuing to drive away from Trevor. Or, well, actually, it's staying about the same from him to Trevor Bayne, but they're both driving away from Riley Herbst, Ty Gibbs, and Sam Mayer. Yeah, the 18 is praying for the 7 to have an issue or something. He needs an issue for the 7 car. He needs a caution. Or else there's no other way he's catching up to him. Oh, Trevor Bayne catches the lapped car in a kind of a bad spot there off of turn 2. That's going to cost him probably a 1/10 of a second there. But, man, I mean, whoa! Trevor Bayne up the track, just rubbing doors with a 51 of Jeremy Clements there just a bit. That was close. But with 10 to go, the laps are winding down and opportunities are running out. Trevor Bayne is 4 seconds back off the leader. He's going to need a miracle right now if he wants to catch up to him. He's praying for a caution. Then it's Herbst, Gibbs, Mayer, Priest, Hill, Earnhardt, Sieg, and Moffitt, your top 10. Man, Bayne with another big wiggle off of turn 4. Man, Trevor Bayne might bring out the next caution, ladies and gents. I mean, he is just hanging on to that car for dear life off of turn 4 right now. Yeah, no, if we get another caution, that would totally shake things up, but I don't think it's going to happen. Allgaier has just dominated this race, leading all but only maybe 40 laps or so, sweeping both the stages, and he's in position to sweep all 3 right now. 8 to go, guys. 8 to go. But also, Ryan Sieg still has not pitted, man. He has made it almost, 85 laps on this set of tires and fuel. So I mean, I don't see how he can't hit pit road here soon. Also, looks like Josh Berry might be having some sort of issue because he's been on pit road for quite some time now, as well as Bailey Curry. And also, Eric, the bots finally have made it. Also, there, I updated the laps there. It should be accurate now. Sorry about that, man. We've gotten another subscriber, guys. I appreciate it. Now we're 34 subscribers away. Man, yeah, no, right now, Gregson, making some moves on these lead lap cars, but he's on fresh tires a lap down, so there's no point really for him right now. Ryan Priest, though, closing in on Sam Mayer. He might be able to sneak into the top 5 with 6 laps to go. Brian, I'd say, Ryan Priest has had a solid run today. Riley Herbst with a great run in the top 3 today. Jeffrey Earnhardt with a great run in 7th place right now. He just got by Austin Hill. Brett Moffitt looking for a top 10. Brandon Brown, Parker Retzlaff might also have a shot at a top 10. Five to go here at Nashville. Time is running out for the field as Justin Allgaier continues to drive away from Trevor Bayne. Appreciate everybody tuning in for the finish of this one, guys. Make sure you drop a like, but also hit that subscribe button so you guys can stay notified for more NASCAR content. We'll be live later tonight for the SRX race and possibly tomorrow for the Cup race at Nashville. Oh, Ellis is going to hit pit road with 4 to go. What? SRX. Jeffrey Earnhardt up to 7th place. He's having a great run today. I mean, the laps are just winding down. Allgaier he has dominated today. Also, the 5 car, he still hasn't gotten by the 1 yet, but with 4 to go, he's on the bumper of the 1 through 3 and 4. Ryan Priest looking to the inside of Sam Mayer down the front straightaway. The battle for 5th place is on with 3 to go. It's Mayer versus Priest. And also, if we were to get a caution all of a sudden right now, it would move Noah Gragson into the lucky dog position, so we would be back in it on the lead lap. Thank you, Grumpy Grandpa. But with 2 to go, Justin Allgaier has a 4-second lead over Trevor Bayne. He just needs it to go caution-free for the next half a lap, and then he gets the white flag, and it's as good as over for him. Through 3 and 4, Justin Allgaier has dominated this race so far today, but Trevor Bayne and Riley Herbst have both had great runs today, also in the top 5. We've seen some pretty intense altercations between Gibbs and Sam Mayer at points throughout the day. This has been a pretty solid race. The white flag is out. The next flag will end at Justin Allgaier out front. Ryan Sieg is going to be able to make this entire final stage without pitting. That is insane, guys. That is insane. And then Brett Moffitt in 10th with a great run. Brown and Retzlaff going to get a lead lap finish here. Justin Allgaier is going to win it at Nashville. Trevor Bayne will come home in 2nd place in one of his one-off starts here in the Xfinity Series. You know, he can't be too disappointed in that. What in the world? We got a bot in the chat. Yeah, Racer Fan 99 looking good for Justin Allgaier. Dan Stewart, NASCAR will put the yellow out for no reason. Yeah, trying to jinx him like the All-Star race. Also, yeah, the 38% of you guys in the poll said Justin Allgaier was going to win, and you guys were right. It came out on top. So congrats with that. Also, we got 70 people watching right now, and we only got 26 likes, guys. If we got a couple more likes, I'd appreciate it. Also, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on any more NASCAR content. Will be live later tonight for the SRX race, so don't miss out on that. Thanks to everybody who tuned in so far today. On the road to 1,700 subscribers, guys. I'd appreciate it if you drop a subscription before you head out. And we just got a couple more subscribers, so the poll should update here soon. We're up to 32 subs from 1,700. I appreciate it, guys. But Allgaier burning it out on the front straightaway in that new Hellman scheme. Looking pretty sharp. Some shades of Dale Earnhardt. But Allgaier just dominated that one, ladies and gents. And mark your picks. Finished pretty solid. 1st, 4th, and 7th. Can't be too disappointed with that. We got another new subscriber, guys. Up to 31 subs from 1,700. We're at 1,669 subscribers, guys. I appreciate it. But if you guys want to rate that race, out of 10, guys, 10 out of 10 being the best, a 1 out of 10 being the worst. Honestly, that race for me, it was pretty mediocre. I'd say that is the epitome of a 5. Or not, that is the exact definition of what a 5 out of 10 is right there, guys. That was, you know, some solid racing at points, but honestly, Allgaier just dominated that thing. Maybe if we had another caution late and spice things up, or some more interesting strategy, it would have been a bit more entertaining, but that's a 5 out of 10 for me, guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Make sure to subscribe so that we don't miss the next one. Yeah, guys, see you guys for South Boston tonight in the SRX series. We'll be going live at 8 o'clock for that. Also, guys, I'm not sure why the sub goal's not updating on the screen, but I see it updated on my YouTube ticker, so I appreciate you guys subscribing. We'll be ending the stream in just a moment. share a couple more thoughts about it. I kind of want to see what Trevor Bayne has to say about this race. You know, a pretty good comeback job for him. Yeah, guys, almost, believe it or not, almost 600 of you guys tuned in today, so I really appreciate it. Getting close to monetization, and that would just be huge for this channel. Be like such a crazy goal to have. Yeah, got a couple new subscriber guys. I appreciate it. Also, if you guys make your subscriptions public, it'll come up on the bottom of the screen. Let me see if it'll if I can adjust that here. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gents. And this is one of the longest one of the longest post-race interviews ever with Justin Allgaier. Really thanking the guys today. But thanks to everybody tuned in today. Also, yeah, look at that right there on the front of the screen, guys. If you've just subscribed, it'll pop up there at the bottom. So thanks for that. We'll be ending this thing here in just a minute. And yeah, cool top 10 for sure, Mark. Yeah, Jeffrey Earnhardt getting a top 10. Ryan Sieg with a solid result. Brett Moffitt with the top 10. Ryan Preece just coming home in 6th place. Couldn't quite sneak into the top 5. But also some other solid runs in the top 15. Stephen Parsons also finishes 15th place for Alpha Prime. That's a solid result for him. Ryan Vargas with the top 20 after what seemed like a terrible weekend. Patrick Emmerling finishes 26th for Joey Gase Racing. That's a pretty solid result for that team that rarely ever cracks the top 30. Natalie Decker brings it home 32nd for those guys wondering about where she finished. But yeah, guys, we'll end it. But yeah, guys, we're going to end it there. And I appreciate everybody who tuned in for this one. A bit of a shorter stream since we were busy. Missed the first half of this race, but I'd say today was still a successful one no matter what. I mean, it's always a good stream, you know, when everybody decides to tune in and, you know, chime in their thoughts about what they think about NASCAR. Because, NASCAR, honestly, last night I had a friend watch the truck race who's not into NASCAR whatsoever. Not that he's not into it, but he's never seen it really before. And you know what? He actually found that truck race entertaining. And for somebody who's a bit younger, to actually find a NASCAR race entertaining is like a pretty, new. It's like something we haven't seen in a while. So it's pretty refreshing. Also, AJ Allmendinger, on the ground right now, outside of his car, he is, he seems okay, but definitely probably overheating a bit. He's got some ice packs on his feet. Those floorboards get pretty hot. It got up to 140 degrees inside those cars today. It's hot down there in Nashville. Those floorboards are often what get the hottest. And their feet, they got a ton of cushioning inside those shoes, but his feet are on fire right now as he's trying to dump out some ice there. On the back step. Oh, he's not. Oh, it looks like AJ Allmendinger isn't the only one with heating issues here. We'll see. Oh, Ryan Vargas also having to get some attendance from the ARM safety crew. He was also overheating in that race. Yeah, he was going to the safety tent. He's got some cold water in his hand, but yeah, it's so hot here sometimes. Yeah, these guys are just barely holding on when it gets over 130 degrees inside those race cars for 3 hours. That's intense. And I think that's something we're going to have to keep track of for tomorrow's race. Now, luckily, those guys, it'll be dark probably towards the end, but we'll have to see tomorrow if anybody's dealing with overheating issues inside the next-gen car. This will be a real test of how the next-gen car handles in this hot heat. But yeah, Now this year, Justin Allgaier going to win the Nashville guitar. I don't think he's got. Justin Allgaier doesn't strike me as the type of guy to smash the guitar, but who knows? Maybe he'll surprise us. Appreciate everybody tuned in for this stream. We'll be wrapping it up here shortly. But we'll be live once again later tonight in about 2 hours for the SRX race. So make sure you tune back in for that. Yeah, he's loving Justin Allgaier loving this one, guys. This is what, his second or third win of the season. I'll try and get an update, give you guys an update on what the points are looking like right now. Yeah, Ty Gibbs came home fourth. And now we're going to hear from Ty Gibbs, who had that altercation with Sam Mayer. So, yeah, that's the seventh. Actually, that's the second win of the season. I thought he would have gotten more. Whoa. Whoa, Ty Gibbs maturing here. Ty Gibbs saying, you know what? He's like, you know what? Honestly, I've been there before with that incident with Sam Mayer. Like, you know, these younger guys, sometimes they make a mistake, overstepping the limits just a bit. But, hopefully he learns from it and we don't have to deal with that again. Because I'm sure if Ty Gibbs gets that same thing happening from Sam Mayer again, he's not just going to sit around and be complacent. Also, guys, I know there's a ton of noise probably going on in the background. So we're going to be ending this thing soon. Currently, my house is under construction. Oscar Ramirez Harriet. Yes, the 7 team won. Yeah, congrats if you're rooting for the 7 team, that's for sure. Yeah, guys, we're going to end this stream there. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you in the next one.